Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ice Water 815, man. Hey, look, in this video, I'm gonna give y'all the unpopular truth about the trucking industry as it sits right now, man. So stay tuned. And I'm basing this on my experience in this industry. For those of you that don't know, I've been around this industry for quite some time. I done seen some ups and downs. So you're gonna want to check this one out. They say never. I say never tell me what to do. A person will never put you in a position above them. That's never a lie, always true. Success never comes without risk, and risk never comes without fear. YouTube is a smoke and mirror, never how it appear. All right, check it out, man. I've been seeing a lot of different videos on YouTube about the industry, how it is now, and why it's the way that it is. And I just wanted to put this video out here for some clarity about the trucking industry as a whole. If you follow me, you know that I believe that it's 4 different quarters for trucking. And within those 4 quarters, I really only tell people you only gonna make money 9 months out the year with trucking. So when people come to me with a business plan for the whole year, I'm like, bro, that's not even realistic, because between maintenance on your truck, between the time that you take off and between the downtime, you're gonna lose a good 3 months of trucking. That's just the reality of it, that people don't wanna, they don't want to stomach it. They don't want to digest it because it's out there. I didn't make this up. It was like it before I got in trucking. It'll be like this when I get out of trucking. But what people don't really talk about is within those 4 quarters, there's also like there's also like seasons. I don't know what that was. There's also like seasons within those 4 quarters, and those seasons are really based around reefer trailers. And why do the reefer trailers matter in trucking? Because reefer trailers greatly impact capacity. Remember, it's all about supply and demand when it comes to trucking. So with that being said, let's look at the seasons of the reefer trailers. Like usually around April 12th this year was what's called pack day for the Vidalia onions. I believe that's the name of them, coming out of Georgia, where usually around around pack day, which was April 12th, you will see capacity start to tighten, which will drive rates up because the reefer people finna leave and they finna go and start hauling onions. Makes sense, right? Didn't happen this year. April 12th came and went. We didn't see rates move at all. Okay. Usually in June or July, out of South Carolina, they'll start moving peaches. So you got the onion people moving onions, then you got the peaches people moving peaches, but then you got the onion people who move peaches too. So they going back and forth. What does that do? It takes the reefer drivers and it moves them to a particular section, which tightens capacity everywhere else. Follow me on this. So as far as like harvest and all that, that's later on. We gonna get to that, but maybe not in this video, but we just gonna talk about what's happening right now. So let me talk to you about the 4 seasons real quick. So I want to paint this picture. Like January through March is really the quiet season in trucking, and that's for dry van and reefer. Mid-April through July is really the produce season for reefers, which helps tighten capacity. August to October is like the peak shipping season. You know what I'm saying? And then November to December is where you got the holiday shipping. So I didn't combine dry van to reefer all in that, just to give you the different seasons and let you know how capacity is affected by the reefer trailers when the produce season starts and when harvest starts, because that's where they're going to be concentrated at. Now, I said all that to say this. Anybody who's telling you we've been here before I'm not going to call them no liar because I don't know them or anything like that, but I would be curious to see what they're basing their opinion on. Anybody who tries to tell you when rates are going to go up or come back to normal, I'd be curious to see what they're basing their opinion on. Anybody who tells you that if you just keep hauling the freight for the rates that they got right now and everything gonna be okay, I'd be curious to see what they're basing their opinion on. And this is why. I don't recall a time since 2010, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on this, that we have seen rates this low and fuel prices this high. I'm going to say it again. I haven't seen a time since 2010 that we have seen rates this low and fuel this high. I definitely was hoping that in April, when the onions got the shipping, that we were going to see a change. But I'm afraid that the cold weather that we've been having has really affected it this produce season right here. And I think that it's going to be a trickle down effect to the other seasons, because right now we're in produce season, right? Well, we already started produce season. Normally what we would see is in May, we'll see a whole bunch of freight moving because the store's getting ready for Memorial Day. We ain't seen that. You know what I'm saying? In June, we'll see them getting ready for July 4th. We haven't seen that. We didn't even get the push that we normally get for Easter. So I watch these videos and I'm like, what are they basing their information on? Like, this is not a normal cycle for trucking based on the cold weather that we've had, based on the high diesel prices. And this the kicker right here. Like I say this all the time. What we gotta understand is, and we can go back and we can go back all the way to 2010. I don't want to speak about 2010 because I don't know anything about 2010. What happened before, I don't know. But 2010 to now, I know rather well. One of the things that people forget to factor in is all the new carriers that we got. The trucking industry is oversaturated with new carriers, new operating authorities, people that then bought trucks. It's all about supply and demand here. When you factor in all those things that we got going on, we in a trucking recession right now, and nobody wants to admit that. Like, nobody wants to be like, nah, I used the wrong word there. I'm sorry. We're in a trucking depression right now. And nobody wants to use that word. Like, everybody want to make it seem like, oh, well, I'm still moving. Oh, well, I got this load here. I got that load there. Yeah, you're going to get lucky and get a load that pay a little something here and there because maybe somebody fell off the load. Maybe it wasn't no trucks available the time it picked up and you were. But look, when we look at overall, we're in a trucking depression right now. And nobody wants to talk about that. Trucking is not good right now. Now, this is what I will say. Those individuals who make it through this particular cycle right here will make it in trucking. Because like I said, I've never seen freight rates this low and at the same time, diesel prices this high. But let me tell you something I noticed before I get out of here. I didn't keep you too long. I appreciate y'all for y'all patience. Where are the videos at where people talking about what they make in a week and showing that the lows they getting and all? They too ashamed to show it now. Because they know that they should not be pulling the freight that they pulling. I know. If you got a fleet of trucks, how you gonna sit a fleet of trucks? Well, if you got a fleet of trucks on the spot market, you need to just shut your trucking operation down. Because if you got a fleet of trucks, you shouldn't be on the spot market unless you just grabbing a load here and there. If the spot market is what your whole business is based on and you got a fleet of trucks, I got some sobering news for you, man. Facebook Marketplace is going to become your best friend. Hey, look, this is your boy Ice Water 815, man. right now we in a trucking depression. I wish that I could be more upbeat about it and be like, well, if you do this, you're going to be okay. If you do this, you're going to be okay. I can't right now. Based on what's going on, I can't. I can't even lie to you like everybody else lying to you. I can't, man. All I can tell you is, man, suspend all unnecessary spending. Don't buy nothing. Don't spend no money on nothing but the bare necessities. Make sure that you're taking care of your equipment. Make sure you're doing your preventative maintenance. If you can do the preventative maintenance, because it's hard to even get parts. But don't spend no extra money on anything. People ask you to borrow money. Tell them, nah, you ain't got it. Treat your drivers well so they take care of your equipment. Offer them some incentives if they treat their equipment well, because your two biggest expenses in trucking, it might be insurance if you kind of knew, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be maintenance and it's going to be fuel. And you just gotta watch where you're fueling at. And another thing, before I get out of here, I'm gonna leave you with this tip. With diesel prices being as high as they are, nobody should let their tanks go under half a tank. And that's just simple logic or simple science that I learned in, I don't know, 7th or 8th grade, because you're gonna burn less fuel from full to half than you would from half to empty, just based on simple volume and mass. Hey, it don't matter what type of truck you drive, long as it'll deliver a load. But you ain't gonna make no money in trucking if you can't keep that left door closed. Hey, if y'all got any questions, you know what I'm saying, about trucking or this or that, you can always email me at axice815@gmail.com.
Been through a lot of pain in my life, and I pray the Lord take it all away.